everybody, it's Missy.
And Lila.
And welcome to Life and Lyrics with Missy and Lila. How are you?
I'm so good.
Oh my
How
God.
are you?
I am well. We've already been laughing and having a good old time.
We always do.
Yes, and I feel like I need to explain something to the audience here because it was brought to my attention that I sit funny on this couch, but you guys need to know I'm short. I'm like the Kevin Hart of the group.
That's not what I said. What I said is that she makes my posture look bad because I sit back and Missy sits forward.
And she's like, should I sit forward? And I was like, no, but I can't sit back because if I do, my legs will just do this and they won't touch the floor.
She doesn't want a pinwheel.
Yeah, no. In fact, we were filming today. I was filming with one of our artists, and we were sitting on the back of a truck, and it's like putting Missy in a spinny chair. If you put Missy in a spinny chair, I'm going to spin. I'm going to rock. I'm going to do it. So I'm just kicking my legs on the, and I'm like, I better stop that.
My feet would drag, but I would do that.
Yeah.
I'm so long. I would try. I would lift my feet to spin. I will lift my feet to spin.
See,
I like to spin.
Yeah, I do too. You can't stop. And we like to roll, you guys. You want to tell them what you just did?
All right, so we have an upcoming episode that's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be roller rink. Motivated, I should say,
yes.
or it's been inspired by roller rinks from the 80s. So Missy and I went online and found sort of matching roller skates.
Yep.
Haven't skated in
long
30
time.
years.
Just long time.
I'm not going to date myself.
Just long time.
Okay. So I have hardwood floors in my house, and Missy and I skated through the house for hours.
Yes.
To try to. I looked like a newborn deer when I first got on them, and then I started hauling butt through the house, and I was going around pillars and backward skating, and I was like, oh my God, I felt like Kira in Xanadu. It was the most amazing moment.
In fact, the episode's going to be called Santa Don't.
Because we're not that good. We're not that good. I would never be Olivia, but it was so fun.
It was a lot of fun, and then I have to tell you, I went home, I took my skates home, and I have tile floors that are uneven because I've been putting them in myself with my friend, so they're not even. So you can't skate on an uneven tile floor. It doesn't work.
I did it through the bedroom, and we have tile floors in there, and they worked.
Because yours are done professionally and correctly, I'm sure. Mine were
Only
not.
kind of.
But I have, you guys, I have a 110-pound boxer at home. His name is Rocky. And he got very excited when he saw me on my skates. And he lunged at me. And I mean, my life flashed before my eyes. I thought I was going down backward on that tile floor. God, like, put his arms around me and saved me because I was going down.
I'm glad you didn't fall.
I texted you right away. I was like, oh my gosh, don't ever skate with a boxer. With a boxer. Just don't do it.
No, but I had this one. He's 50 pounds. And by the way, if you see a patch on Duke's butt, it's, we thought, I was crying, thought he had a tumor, and Missy found it, and it turned out Duke had a pimple on his butt. And $80 later, he has a shaved butt and some white.
A diagnosis of a pimple.
A pimple on his butt. So
I mean, has anybody at home, have your dogs ever had a pimple on their butt?
Well, Church had a tick on his head.
Okay, that's different. That is
Katie's
something you
boyfriend
expect.
Jack pulled it off, thank God. But a big, fat, blood-filled, disgusting tick. They ran like a pin through it. The thing was disgusting. But it's been a really interesting week. Oh, and the cats brought Katie, my oldest daughter, a mouse and left the carnage outside of her door. We live off a river, and they brought her their trophy.
Well, I've had 2 trophies left on my big outdoor stage this week. 2 moles.
Yes.
Our husky is like, my whole backyard is like a...
moles are so cute.
When they're not dead. When they're not dead, they're cute and they're fine. But when I walk out into the morning and I see it dead on the thing, no.
And then Willie does not look like a foot anymore.
No, he doesn't.
Willie got groomed today. Say hi, Willie. He got groomed today.
Can he smile? Will he smile like on cue today? When he smiles, you guys, it is the cutest and ugliest thing.
Willie got groomed and he has a fresh mohawk. He's all ready to rock.
Yes, he is.
So the animals. Enough of the animal stories. We'll have to get moving.
But we had to catch up. We had to catch our fans up and tell them what we got going on. And, coming from last week's episodes, and we've been talking a lot about music, movies, soundtracks.
Yes.
But when you really stop to think about it, those two worlds have been heavily combined for such a long time. And
Forever.
I don't think you realize how many actors become musicians and vice versa.
Right.
Until you start like really diving
Researching
into it.
Oh yeah, when you research it, so many actors
Yeah.
are musicians or vice versa.
And
it's like, well, back, I think when everything started with the entertainment industry, you know, they called them celebrities because they celebrated everything. They
Yeah.
were able to sing, they were able to dance,
They were the triple
able,
threats.
yes,
Yeah.
and they were able to act, and they were just all of it, like a Fred Astaire
Right.
or, you know, a Gene Kelly. You know, they acted, they danced, they were amazing.
Bing Crosby, Danny
Yes,
Kaye.
all of them, all of them. Elvis Presley.
Yes.
And they, you know, they were incredible. They were Marilyn Monroe.
Right.
They were able to do all of those things.
Yep.
And then it seemed like things were starting to get a little more compartmentalized. I can't talk today.
It's
I don't
okay.
know. I
I've
swear,
been-
it's
I've
been
been
a
tripping
long
all day
day.
on my
It's
tongue.
been a long day, it's been a long day.
Yes,
And
yes.
so anyway, I think that it's really fascinating because when I was
Yeah.
going through everything, you know, there's all those classics, and then you move on. And
Right.
when you're going down the line, you do forget that a lot
Yeah.
of the actors that are out there even today can do it all.
Yeah, because when my grandparents would watch movies, all of these celebrities that you saw on TV, all of these great Hollywood actors also had albums out.
Right.
And they also did comedy, a lot of them.
A lot
They
of them
just did
did.
some amazing things. And then it's like, so when you look back at it, you know, like we were talking about Kevin Bacon, the Bacon brothers.
Yes.
And then Dennis Quaid has his now. And I know we have a list, and we're going to go through some of the lists. So if you guys don't know about all of these actors who also have music careers, you're about to find out
You're gonna find
way
out
more.
You're gonna know a lot
Yeah.
more than you did if you didn't.
But
know.
but that was a common thing back then.
Yeah.
And then I think we kind of got away from it.
Right.
Right? They kind of picked one lane or the other, and then they started doing the crossover again, and so it's just, it's kind of like the more things change, the more they stay the same.
Right.
Right? They just, it's kind of a cool
It's like
thing.
an evolution. It's
Yeah.
like, but I'm glad that they're kind of sticking with that. It's kind of fun. And
It
there's
is.
been so many, I couldn't believe it when I started
Oh
research.
my
I did
gosh.
research this week.
Oh, I know
When
you did.
But when you see next week's episode,
No.
and you see us at the coffee shop.
Yeah, when you
that
see
we
last
filmed
week's episode.
week, that one, I did very little research. I had a really long week, and I did
It was
very
a
little
rough.
research.
It was a rough.
I had a rough
but
week.
that particular episode was supposed to be spilling the beans.
And we did with Ariana.
Well, that was the whole point of the episode. I just thought it would be fun since we were filming at the coffee shop and we
It
were spilling the
was.
beans. I thought it
Great
would be
time.
fun to just look up coffee songs, and that was what I did. I
It was
didn't
a
expect
portion.
you to have listened to them all or anything like that. I just was amazed at how many were, and I just barely scratched the surface with that list. It was crazy.
Shocked at the amount.
I know.
That they love to sing about coffee.
It really, it's a. I
They
mean,
love it. They love to sing it.
it's definitely a
Musicians-
favorite American drink, I will say.
You know, it gets
and
people going
French
in the morning.
and
Yeah.
Italian.
Best
and
part of waking up
turkey.
is what?
Folgers in your cup.
That's right.
That's right. And we still have a debate on this because I told all of you viewers that T.G. Shepherd wrote that song, because if you look him up on YouTube, he tells a story while he's at a show about that song coming
Yeah.
to him in like 5 minutes, and he wrote it. But when you look at Wikipedia, and their Wikiliopedia is what I think, it's got a whole different story.
Right.
And TG is a friend of mine, and I'm like, I'm going to believe my friend
Yeah.
who tells all of, I mean, why would, and he's in the commercial. Like, it just doesn't make sense that the other stories are, they can't be true. So my
I would
husband
go-
and I have had an ongoing fight for like 2 weeks over it.
Don't fight over that.
I mean, it's a
I'm
fun
with
fight.
you.
It's like a,
I'm with you on that one.
it's like a fun fight though,
I
right?
agree with you on that one.
And so I told him, well, then you need to message our friend TG and tell him he's a liar.
Yeah,
He's
totally.
not going to do it either. Nope, because he's not lying. All right.
all right.
You want to jump into some of these songs?
Here we
the
go.
music to movies.
All right, you go first.
Well, we already kind of mentioned Kevin Bacon and the Bacon Brothers.
We did.
So can I talk about my favorite? And this is my absolute favorite actor of all time. I just adore this man. I adore everything about him. His band, Dog Star, this is Keanu Reeves I'm talking about. So Dog Star came out in the early 90s, and I got to see them perform. They opened for Bon Jovi in 1995. It was September 29th, 95 at the Hollywood, the Forum, the Great Western Forum.
Oh.
And oh my God, it was so much fun. It was such a great show. I remember, I remember they announced, because I didn't know who was opening the show. And it was
What a great surprise!
yeah,
that
it was such an emotional thing for me because I had I'm not going to name names, but I had a family member promise to take me to my very first Bon Jovi concert when they were in town, but I had to be 16.
Okay.
Well, when I was 16, there was no show. I was 17 and the tickets were on sale. Like, I wanted to go to this show. So my mom said, call and see if they'll take you and they'll do tickets. And they said, no. I burst into tears in the middle of my grandmother's living room floor. Like, I was hysterical because I thought I'm never going to get a chance. And my mom won't let me go by myself.
I would have driven you, baby Missy.
Right?
I was probably, 30 then?
We're not discussing this age thing. I don't know why you keep bringing that up. We're not discussing that.
I would have driven you. I would have taken
Although I did just give a date and my age. Don't do the math, people. Just don't do the math.
No, do the math. She's still
no,
a baby.
don't
She's
do
still
it.
a baby. I don't want to hear it. You're still a baby.
Oh my goodness, I wish. But although I did just get carded in Nashville.
Back me up. She's a baby.
No, I'm not.
He's
not.
nodding.
I'm
He's
not.
nodding.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
She's a baby.
You're whatever, crazy
I'm
girl.
old enough to be your mom.
But no, you're shut up. You are. She's insane. She is certifiable.
Maybe
right?
a little.
No, you're not. Oh my goodness.
Only in fun ways, though.
Well, so my mom, what is she to do with it? Her 17-year-old daughter, like sprawled out on her grandmother's floor, hysterical, crying.
Oh.
My mom called up her two friends and was like, "Hey," and this was back when you had to call Ticketmaster.
Oh yeah.
She was like, "Will you guys go to this concert? I'll buy your tickets." And they were like, "Yeah, we'll go." So my mom buys tickets. The only thing that's left is like up in the 300, 400 section, whatever, tippy top.
You know what? Nosebleed's good. I'll take
It's
nosebleed.
fine. And it was like side stage, like kind of towards the back of the stage, so it was limited view, right? I got to see behind Keanu Reeves, basically. But as soon as they announced that Dog Star was opening, I just
faint?
No, I ran. I just ran. Where am I going to go? I'm up at the top level, but I could get down to the front of the top level. So that's where I stayed the whole rest of the night. And it was my very first concert was Keanu Reeves opening for Bon Jovi. It was the greatest night.
That doesn't suck.
It was so cool.
That does not suck.
It was so much fun.
Oh my God. I met Keanu once.
Yes.
Well, only kind of.
Okay, but you got to share this story because it was fun. That's a fun story.
All right. When I was a teenager and I was living in Simi Valley, as I mentioned in one of the previous podcasts, where I'd driven up to Big Bear and did the Freeway Love Connection with KLOS and Barker Bryan. I was working at the Topanga Plaza Mall.
Yes.
I had several jobs. I worked at Sam Goody.
Sam Goody.
When you're a teenager, I worked at Express, the Limited. I worked and I worked at a bikini shop called Everything But Water back when I was made out of rubber and things sat where they were supposed to, and So, but you had to wear bikinis at work. It was the funnest part was you could wear a bathing suit when you're at work. Now I'm realizing, like, in today's day and age, like I would never let my children.
I would never
do that. They're always like, "Mom," and I'm like, "Yeah, that's why I don't let you do that."
Yeah, exactly.
But I saw this mob. Actually, this dude ducks into my store with this big bodyguard guy, and I'm like, what is going on? And I looked up, and it was right after Point Break came out, and I was just like, and I know I keep talking about all my crushes, but I've had a lot.
We
of
love.
We have like our teen crushes. We've all had them, and Keanu Reeves was definitely a teen crush.
For sure.
In Point Break especially.
That's our favorite movie too.
Oh my God. Oh my God. So anyway.
Sorry.
So anyway, I see this gorgeous man duck in and tuck around the building with this giant man next to him. And then I see this mob of girls rush past the store. And I walked over and I'm like, "Can I help you?" And he's like, "Can I just stand here for a minute?" And I looked up and I was like, "Oh my God, it's Keanu Reeves."
Yeah.
And I waited. I was literally lost for words, which, as you know, watching this podcast is rare.
Never
I don't lose my words.
Nope.
I never lose my words. And I was like standing there just like, "You've got to be kidding me." And he thanked me for letting him hide in the store. And then he left.
Yeah.
And it was one of those, my knees went weak. Yeah. Almost passed out. And it's one of those memories.
And you were in a bathing suit.
And I was in a bathing suit. They made you wear a cover up like around your waist, but I was in a bikini.
But still.
And I was like, I forgot. I was like half naked and didn't care. And he was like, so sweet and so just grateful.
Yep.
And I don't think I looked good enough in the bikini because he left.
Oh, shush. He left because he wanted to get out of that, like, mob crazy mall.
Yeah, oh my God, it was nuts. Like, the
I
girls
mean,
were hysterical. It was crazy.
And it was always that way.
Yeah.
Always, for anybody. It was the
crazy.
craziest thing.
But I got within, like, I don't know, 4 feet of Keanu Reeves. It was one of those
And
moments.
he's so super sweet. And, you know, do you ever, like, wonder whether or not he still, like, remembers that or occasionally thinks about how he had to run and hide in the bikini store?
I have a feeling that probably happened to him frequently. I really do. And it was
I
like,
wonder
I think
if
it was
he
probably a
remembers.
flash in the pan because back then with the mayhem and the way that people, the way the world was back then was different.
It was so different.
It was probably like a daily thing for him. I would not be surprised if he forgot.
But if he didn't forget and he remembered, wouldn't that be like the coolest
I'd
thing?
pass out and be like, Mr. Reeves, I still think you're beautiful.
You know what? I just love the fact that, you know, he's so good to his fans and he's so good to everybody in general. He's just such a good human being.
Well, my encounter was brief, like I said, so I didn't engage much. I just stood there staring agape and enjoying the view.
Yeah, but you had a good time. All those girls, all those hundreds, thousands of girls, whatever it was running. I wish that they were wishing they were you.
The next one I'm going to give to you too.
Why?
Only because I don't know what song he sang.
Okay, well, Dennis Quaid. Dennis, are we on Dennis Quaid?
Yes, we are.
Okay.
And I'm probably going to give you the next one after that, and then I'll take a couple.
That's right.
Because I didn't research. I did my own research, and I did bring my notes upstairs.
Well, this was just about informing everybody about the actors that are doing music. Okay, so Dennis Quaid actually just put out a gospel album for the sinners.
He did?
Yeah, he wanted to relate to everybody. We actually got to see him perform live at the Patriot
sinners.
Awards. Exactly. So Dennis Quaid, he's got an album, and his I should have written the name of the band. It's Dennis Quaid and the
Carrie. You want to call her
I
Lifeline?
know. Let's call her Lifeline. Dennis, I'm so sorry. I will get back to that. I promise. But no. So Dennis Quaid just put out a new album. And he's been putting out great music. He's actually one of our dear friends who is, it's his PR.
Okay.
He's with Atkins Publicity, so he's with Scott Atkins.
Oh,
and
okay.
so I get to see a whole bunch of stuff about Dennis coming through, you know, when he's got new projects and stuff coming on. That's why I first found out about Dennis was because of a press release that I had received.
Okay.
But the next one, like, huh?
He did play Jerry Lee Lewis.
Oh, that's right. He played Jerry Lee Lewis in Great Balls of Fire. Yes,
Faster than Google over here.
yes.
I don't remember that stuff until you bring something up, and then I'm like, oh my gosh, I know that.
And Dennis Quaid is one of those actors that I feel like he's very, very versatile. And when he plays a bad guy, like, you hate the bad guy. You just, you know, he plays...
but when he plays a funny guy... Did you see Caveman?
Caveman. Oh.
Don't tell me you haven't seen Caveman.
No, I think I have. I think I have.
Lar.
Okay, maybe I haven't.
Oh,
I don't know.
okay.
Oh, it's Quaid and the Sharks. Dennis Quaid and the Sharks.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, he was in Jaws 3, you know that.
Yes.
That's actually how I will remember that from now on. You are going to watch Caveman with me.
Okay,
Ringo Starr
all right.
was in it, Barbara Bach, and he was Lar. And that was like so
Duke your
funny.
butts at the camera, buddy.
See.
He's like, look at me.
Dukas,
Okay,
show
it's fine.
everybody your shaped butt. You had a pimple?
Yeah.
Did you have a pimple?
He had a pimple.
Do you want
He said,
dinner?
Mom, don't talk about it anymore. Don't talk about
I
it.
know.
Okay.
You had a shaped butt.
But really, these actors that are doing music, Billy Bob Thornton's another one. I actually haven't been to a show and haven't actually been able
Did he
to
have an
hear
actual
him.
band?
Billy Bob Thornton, yeah, he does full blown music all the time. He tours.
I knew
everything.
he played music. I didn't know he had it like his own
Yeah,
band.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
he
didn't know
does
that.
for sure. Okay, take the next one.
All right,
'cause-
next one's.
Yes.
I don't want to keep talking about it.
But you have to.
Madonna.
Yes.
Okay, and we're going to talk about Vision Quest for a second. Crazy
All right.
for You.
Okay.
That movie kind of flopped. It was a double feature with Desperately Seeking Susan, which was also a horrible movie, but I loved them both because I was a Madonna fan back then. Mm-hmm. Get Into the Groove.
I was an Aidan Quinn fan.
I was not. He
Really?
played the same character in every movie.
I loved
If
Aidan
you watch him
Quinn.
in Practical Magic, his tone never changes.
Well,
And he always talks like
I know.
this.
But
And
I
everything
love
that
Aidan
he
Quinn.
says. And I like a guy with a tan.
yeah, okay, I can see that.
And he glowed in the dark in that movie. He covered his Johnson in Desperately Seeking Susan with a cat to spy on Rosanna Arquette while she was getting changed. And I remember being so grossed out by that. And I was like, ew. So not that I don't like Aiden Quinn. I always complain about people, but he always talks like this.
I love
And
that
it's like kind of a Bob Dylan speaking actor. And so, sorry for all those Aiden Quinn fans out there. He always plays the same guy.
Yes.
And
Well,
that's the thing. And but Madonna with Desperately Seeking Susan, that's a song, that's a movie that was so bad that I loved it. Who's That Girl? Oh God, that was even worse. That one was even worse, but I loved it when she was like, he goes, the guy's name was Loudon, and he got sent to the hospital. She was pretending to be his wife, and they're like, what's his name? And she's like, Loudon. And they're like, last name? She's like, Clear. And it's so cheesy. It's just so, you have to love it. You have to love it. It's so bad.
that's like the movie Hiding Out. That just reminded me of the
I
scene
don't
where
think I've seen that.
with
Who's in that one?
John Cryer. It's John Cryer. It's John Cryer.
John
Okay.
Cryer from
He played
Pretty
Ducky,
Boy-
right?
Ducky.
Okay. So, and when he's registering for high school to hide out from the bad guys, right? He's like registering himself
Okay.
in high school, and they asked him what his name was, and he saw a can of Maxwell House. He said Maxwell, and then they said your last name Hauser. Like it was just. I'll never forget that line.
George Glass from Brady Bunch.
George Glass.
You never saw that? Oh,
Oh, I might have. I watch Brady Bunch all the time,
I'm
but
so no. Jan Brady made up a boyfriend, and his name was George. And she was looking around the room for a last name, and she's like, Glass, George Glass. And so, yeah, it's like
that's
that.
funny.
It's like the same
Okay.
thing. It's the
All
equivalent.
right. All right.
So, anyway, Madonna did lots of different movies. She did Evita,
Yes.
you know, Don't Cry for
Oh
Me,
my gosh.
Argentina.
That was the one movie I snuck in to see, and I regretted it.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, out of all the movies I didn't have to pay money for to see, I chose this one.
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
go see that one.
Oh,
Didn't go see that
it
one.
was, it was not a good movie. I didn't. Yeah, my
no.
friend Fawn and I went and saw that at the Victorville Mall in California.
Oh, I used to shop there all
Yeah,
the time.
yeah. All right, take the next one too, because I'm going to tell you this is a person I personally, I just, go ahead, talk
All right,
about it.
Barbara Streisand. She was great in Meet the Fockers.
Yes, okay, I do like that movie.
She was
yes. I did
so
like her
funny in that movie.
was
I
funny.
thought she was adorable. I love it.
Yeah.
She was a sex therapist, and she was, you know, jumping
Wild
on Jack
and-
Burns' back, and she was telling people to use their I forget what it was, some kind of mat that the woman thought it was like yoga mats, but she was teaching them how to like have sex and be elderly.
Yes.
Which kudos to the people that
Yes,
can do that without breaking a
absolutely.
hip. But she's talented. Can't see her singing without now Robin Williams in Mrs. Doubtfire when he got dressed up as Barbara Streisand and he crossed his eyes and was singing. And that's all I see now when I see Barbara Streisand. However, fun fact, she's married to James Brolin,
Yes.
who is Josh Brolin's father, and Josh is still Brandon on the Goonies, and I still have like a,
You're not alone, because we had comments on that episode that other people,
like Brandon.
Oh, yes.
See, see.
yes, my sister did
See,
too, I
which
know.
one? Yours was Mikey, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, and he played like in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he looked a little like a hobbit by that point.
I still love him.
Well, Josh still looks hot.
Yeah,
so
I
I'm
know.
just gonna say.
He does. He really does. It's
Yeah.
kind of not fair
Yeah,
sometimes.
no, he's a pretty person.
Why do some of the guys, like William Zabka, Billy Zabka, why do they age and just keep getting prettier?
Because men get character lines and women get wrinkles. And
It's
so
not
we're always
fair.
battling, and men get better, and women just, I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's
just not fair.
No,
It's not fair.
It's not fair. But I'm dealing with.
I know. All right, so another actor that, another musician that you guys all know if you love country music is Tim McGraw.
Oh.
And he has done some amazing movies.
He definitely
He has done some
I-
great
You
movies.
tell me which one you liked him in, and I'll give you the one that's my favorite.
Oh,
You want me to give you mine?
yeah, give me yours.
Okay.
Because I really liked the series that he did, the Yellowstone like pre-series that he did was like 1883.
1883. I didn't watch that one. I did watch some of Yellowstone. I love Yellowstone.
I think that is probably so far one of I just thought he was so good in that.
Well, he's a great actor.
I mean, he's so good in everything that he's done.
He's so good. But my favorite, and this is going to seem so cheesy compared to 1883, Four Christmases.
I have not seen that one yet.
Okay. Oh.
I know.
I'm gonna hold you down and make
I
you
know.
watch. We're doing Christmas in July at my
You know
house.
how many hours you're going to have to be stuck with me to make me watch all these movies you
Yeah,
want me
and
to
I'm
watch?
going to sit on you and make you watch
I
them.
have to do all of that before you'll watch Blaze of Glory?
I have a really fun, sweet
Young Guns
fact.
too?
One of my dearest
Blaze of Glory,
friends,
sorry.
I've known Michelle for, I've known Michelle since she was 16. I think I'm like 4 years older than her. Her darling daughter Brittany is in that movie in the manger scene, and she's one of the cows.
Oh, okay.
And so I love that movie. Every time I see it, I'm like, oh my God, there's
Yeah.
Brittany and Michelle, and I love that family so much.
Yeah.
And he was Vince Vaughn's brother in that movie, and they're all
Oh,
named after
gosh.
different places they were conceived. They have
Really? Oh, that's funny.
Dallas. What was the other one? They had, oh my gosh, Dallas, and I cannot remember. Oh my gosh.
This is the only time that she's speechless, you
No, I
guys.
feel like, no, I'm like Cindy Brady staring into the light right now. Like, I don't know what I'm talking about. Orlando was
Okay.
Vince Vaughn. He was really mad about that. And then there was another one, but
That's not a very glamorous place.
no, Orlando. She's like, Orlando? Like, he didn't tell his girlfriend Reese Witherspoon his real name because she knew it by, like, Brad.
Yeah.
But they all had places. They were named after the places they were conceived.
That's hysterical.
And Orlando was the funniest one. But Tim McGraw was one of the brothers, and they were like doing like pile drive moves and like wrestling him, and the kid, like his son, like would get upset and peel his pants off and streak outside and stuff. It was just really funny.
That's hysterical.
So you're watching that movie. That is a good one.
Well, I did really enjoy him in The Blind Side.
I haven't seen that all the way through. I haven't seen it all. Every time. 3 kids, 5 animals, and a doorbell, and I've been
But it's
trying
not
for
okay that I
years.
haven't seen movies.
No, that's the one that I got halfway through. I started watching yesterday, or maybe 2 days ago, and I haven't gotten through that one either, but I will.
Okay.
See, I will.
All right.
Four
Okay.
Christmases is worth it.
I should watch it, I know.
It's so funny. Okay, so next. All right, where are we? Okay, Tim McGraw. Kenny Rogers.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what he acted in, but I love his music.
Okay, well, just the commercials that he did were great.
He was just adorable. Except, I have a story.
Oh, tell me your story.
I have another story. Go ahead. Tell me about the commercials first, because I don't. Oh, remember when he had his chicken place?
Yeah.
Do you remember the chicken in California? It was Kenny Rogers Roasters.
Roasters, yeah.
Such good chicken.
Yeah.
Great cornbread.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
I loved Kenny Rogers Roasters. Yeah. But okay.
Do you think he's the one that started the trend with all of the artists? Then would you say it goes back to him? Because I remember, Toby Keith did the bar, and then like other artists started doing bars. Now it's like everybody does it, but Kenny Rogers.
He kind of originated.
And
that.
then you had the Newman salad dressing. Paul Newman.
Yeah.
So.
I think there might be a correlation with that. I'm not sure.
Right.
We'll look into that.
We'll have to look at that next. It'll be our music and food establishment.
Stupid fun fact, but for my fellow Big Bearians.
Okay.
When I moved to Big Bear after my divorce in like 2011, I went to, I used to go out with my friends, and my friend Dawn, my friend Brent, and my sister, and like all my good friends from Big Bear would show up. We'd shoot pool, sing bad karaoke, and they were just trying to like get me out of my funk because I had to move.
Bad karaoke.
Oh, always bad karaoke.
She
I
wants
don't
me to
sing
do
good
that.
karaoke.
No.
You'll see. You'll be able to see this. And we would go to. Oh my gosh, it was at the airport, and I can't remember the name of it right now because. Anyway, I'm Cindy Brady, and I'll remember it by the end of this
That's
podcast. Anyhow, the point is they had this Kenny Rogers like painting in the women's room, and it was really ugly, and it was so ugly, and we would walk by it. And
Where do we stick this so nobody sees it?
One night I walked in, and I don't know why, but I'm like, you can't leave here without kissing Kenny. So we'd all like, because his lips, he looked like he was looking down. He was like this. It was ugly. I'll give a picture to Tommy, and he can post it. And so I would drag people literally into this bathroom to go kiss Kenny.
Oh dear.
So there's pictures of all these people like looking up and kissing Kenny, just going, kissing Kenny, including my ex-husband who came to visit the kids, and we ended up going out for drinks.
And you went into the women's restroom.
And I
kissed
dragged
Kenny?
him. I dragged him into. I made sure it was clear. We cleared it out. But the worst part is, someone stole Kenny out of the women's room because I wanted.
Well,
the
was there lip prints on it at all?
Oh, everywhere.
Then maybe that's why they took it.
But no, but the thing is most people just like would look up at it and like kiss it. But I made everybody kiss Kenny. It was just like this weird tradition that we all started. And all my best friends up there,
Oh
you know,
my
my
gosh.
Dawn and my sister.
Maybe
and all the
somebody up there in Big Bear still has.
Oh, someone
Kenny.
stole Kenny, and we don't know
Who's
took
got
him.
kissed Kenny?
And
We need
I
to
don't
know.
know why. And I say I could use Dawn right now. I don't
I
know.
know.
And my sister would probably know the name of the.
That's all right, she'll
pub.
comment.
But it's closed anyway. It's
Yeah.
been gone for years. But they helped me get through that time by going and singing karaoke, shooting some pool, and kissing Kenny. So
That's so
that's my
cute.
Kenny Rogers story.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway.
My only Kenny Rogers story, I mean, aside from, you know, that was one of the artists that I listened to all the time because I'm daddy's girl. I went with my daddy everywhere, and he had it on the 8-track, and you know, we just listened to it in his
Gambler.
truck. Yeah. It was Kenny Rogers and Neil Diamond were the two favorites that my dad and I would listen to
That is so
on the
cool.
road. And then like when we would do other road trips, like I was 14 and it was just my dad and I. We went camping for a week, and you know, then we went to Missouri and we went to go visit his family. Missouri. We went to Missouri for a week to visit his family.
Don't they say Missouri?
They may.
Okay.
They may. I know.
Okay.
I know. With the city spelled like Nevada, they call it Nevada.
Who?
The people in Missouri. Yeah. But anyway, no. So when I went with my dad, the other road trip music was
Okay.
"Color Me Bad," Bon Jovi, and
All for Love.
yeah, and Elvis. And so it was like, you know, but those were our
That was your road
times
trip
together. Those were our
songs.
songs. Yeah.
Okay, for
'Cause when I
me-
was with my mom, I was B.J. Thomas, Michael Bolton, and Barry Manilow.
Oh my gosh. See,
Yeah.
my mom, I told you, was John Denver,
Yeah.
the Carpenters. In the car with the kids, it was some Disney, and then it was a lot of like ELO.
Oh, yes.
Oh yeah, Sweet Talking
Yeah.
Woman. The kids knew the lyrics to that song so
Nice.
they could walk.
I love that.
So that's my favorite ELOs.
I love that. Okay. I don't know if you know the next one as an actor or not as well. but-
I absolutely do not.
Well, we'll have to see if we can post this. I know we have it on our Center Stage Magazine
we going through
YouTube
every-
channel. No, we don't have to go through every.
We're gonna be here for.
No, I know.
days.
That's what I'm saying. Like you guys, we just
Okay,
scratched the
So
surface
when
here.
you
There's
hit
so
the
many.
next one that you want, and then I'll follow it down to the next one I know.
Okay, well, I want to mention Travis Tritt because Travis Tritt, when he did the All In for the Gambler like tribute show for Kenny Rogers that we did the red carpet for, we got Travis Tritt to tell us a story that he had with Kenny Rogers,
Okay.
and the story that he shared was quite beautiful. I loved it. So I'll see if I can find that. If not, just go on to our YouTube channel at Center Stage Magazine, and we'll find it. And Duke is greeting somebody else at the door right now.
Apologies.
Okay.
He takes his job very seriously.
I know.
At least the cats aren't fighting this time.
Right, so I'll
right.
just mention like two more
Stop.
myself. I'll just pick two more, and then we can do whatever. You can pick however many more you want.
No, not just to do two. We have like a million.
I know
on
we have
here.
a million, but my two favorites that are on here, aside from my Keanu Reeves, is obviously John Bon Jovi.
Of course.
Okay, the very first movie I saw him in was Moonlight and Valentino.
Okay.
His opening scene to this day cracks me up. It was the most hysterical thing. He was telling, Whoopi Goldberg thought he couldn't hear.
What is it called?
It's called Moonlight and Valentino.
It's a movie?
Yes. Whoopi Goldberg, Barbara Hershey, Gwyneth Paltrow, and then
That's a lot
the
of
girl from
famous
Romancing the Stone. Help me.
Kathleen
Kathleen Turner.
Turner.
Okay, she's in it as well. And John Bon Jovi.
When did that come out? Because I've never
That was
seen
in the mid-90s. It was in the mid-90s. But his opening scene, if you guys haven't seen it, his opening line just cracked
I
me up
have
because
never heard of that movie.
Whoopi
ever. That's
Goldberg-
Like, my brain is like trying to.
I have it at
Can you
home.
smell the fire? Because I'm trying to.
But see, I only have it on VHS. I don't know if I have it on DVD.
well, I have it transferred.
Okay. Well,
VHS to DVD or whatever you
we'll
want.
figure it
transfer
out. We'll see if we can
I'll
find
transfer.
it.
I want to watch it.
You have to watch that movie.
But no, if I have to watch that, she has to watch A Christmas Story, and she has to watch Four Christmases. Oh yeah. Oh, she's watching it.
Maybe.
Oh no, you're watching it.
Okay, I'll watch it. And I'll take video of myself being tortured. It's fine.
It's such a good movie. What is wrong with you?
I don't know.
No.
I don't know.
Missy, stop it. You cannot judge it. You haven't seen it. It's a great, great movie.
Okay.
All right.
Well, so then the other actor, so moving on from John Bon Jovi, if you guys haven't seen that movie, go look up Moonlight and Valentino, and just Whoopi Goldberg thought he was deaf, and she's trying to explain something to him, and the way that she does it is hysterical, because his opening line, I was in tears. It was so funny. And I don't want to give it away, so I'm not going to. But then the other one is C. Thomas Howell.
Okay, I didn't know he sang.
Oh, okay. I went to a show last year. Well, a little over a year ago.
Okay.
He's fantastic. Oh my gosh, I love him. He's energetic. He's fun. He's a great songwriter, and just watching him grow and develop. But come on, Pony Boy. And he's still, like, when you talk to him.
I loved him in Red Dawn.
Oh, I know. He was really great in that movie. I actually just saw it for the first time, like, not long ago. I know. I mean, I think I saw it when I was younger, but I don't really remember. I think it might have been like bits and pieces.
It wasn't the new Red Dawn, was it?
No. I have not seen the new Red Dawn.
I'm about to cry.
C. Thomas Howell was one of the ones that when I read one of my like Bop magazines or Teen Beat or whatever it was, and I found out that he married Ray Dawn Chong.
He did?
I cried.
She was in Quest for Fire.
I cried.
Tommy Chong's kid. Did you see Quest for Fire?
No, I didn't.
Don't.
Have you seen Side Out?
What's that?
It's a volleyball movie, like beach volleyball with him. Okay, you have to watch that one.
Well, then you have to watch
Okay,
Quest for Fire.
you know what? Y'all keep track. Make us a list.
Ray Dawn Chong in Quest for Fire. That movie was terrible, but you know what? It was what it was.
But so those were my next two that were my favorites. And
all right.
And C. Thomas Howell has got a great music career. So everybody at home, go look him up on social media. He's been doing all kinds of tours of like the Outsiders House and all of these things.
Oh,
he does
that's so
speaking
cool.
engagements at schools. They'll screen the movie at the school, I think, and do talking about it and everything. It's great. Anyway, he's a great human being, and he was just in the Netflix series Obliterated. They only did one season, but it was like
Haven't seen it.
The Hangover meets, I don't know, something naughty. It was naughty, and it was fun, and I loved every bit of it.
I'm gonna have to watch that one.
I will tell you though, just be careful, because you may see a little bit more than you've bargained for.
Uh-oh.
But I still love my C. Thomas Howell, and he's a good guy. We love him to death. And we've interviewed him and met with him, and my husband talks to his wife, and he's good people. They're good people. We love them.
Well, I'm skipping down to Mark Wahlberg. And I'll tell you why. And Lord forgive me, but I just always thought, I had a boyfriend, well, a kind of boyfriend for like a second and a half in the 90s that resembled him a lot. He was very cute. He wore his little Cavaricis, and he was really cute. And Mark Wahlberg, when he came out with Boogie Nights.
I have not seen that. I know. I've seen like a couple of scenes.
My favorite part of the movie was when he was trying to get an album deal, and Mark Wahlberg was trying to, he was singing badly. Mm-hmm. And he was recording this song, and I forget the guy's name. He was in Step Brothers. He's like a character actor. He's kind of got a Neanderthal forehead. He's in Boogie Nights as well. He wasn't Will Ferrell. He was the other one in Step Brothers. I don't know if you've seen that. I
have seen Step Brothers, but I can't.
The other brother in Step Brothers.
Yeah, so he was the one that was just in the show that was on your TV downstairs?
Yes.
Okay.
The one that's not Will Ferrell.
Yes, okay. I just don't know his name.
And it's the funniest thing, because they go into the studio, and Mark Wahlberg was singing so off key. He's like, "You got the touch. You got the power." And it was like the funniest thing ever. And I'm not even doing it as bad as he did. And I'm doing it bad because I can't sing. But there was like something so ridiculous about it. That was my favorite part of the movie. And the movie's really dark. It's about the porn industry back in the 70s. And it's really ugly.
And that's why I never watched it.
But it's a good movie. But it's a good movie. It has a good soundtrack. You know, it's a good movie. But that was like one of my favorite things when he's saying that. But Mark Wahlberg, love his acting.
Yeah.
Liked him when he was with Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch. You know, I always thought he was really talented.
Good vibrations.
He was just adorable. So, and then my other one that I'm going to choose here would have to be, let's see, God, there's so many.
There's so many, you guys. There's just a ton on this list.
I'm going to skip to Olivia Newton-John because
Oh,
I just
yeah.
love her. And she did you know that she did background vocals on John Denver's like Fly Away and all those songs?
I did not know that.
Oh yeah, she did.
Tommy did. He's shaking his head back there.
She did background vocals for John Denver. She, on top of doing Grease and Xanadu and Two of a Kind, she's like, I don't know. I've always had like such a soft spot in my heart for her. And
can we just talk about how sexy her video for Physical was? Like, come on. She's just
sexy it was.
No, she like, and just, I don't know.
My dad wouldn't buy me the tape.
And
because I thought it was about working out, and my dad wouldn't buy me the tape.
The album cover, like all the boys, come on,
she was so perfect and just so beautiful, and I cried when she passed away.
Oh my gosh.
And she married Nick Latanzi, who was just absolutely gorgeous too, and what a beautiful couple. And he was in Grease too, with Michelle Pfeiffer.
Yes.
So fun little
and
fact. But he was
Caulfield.
also in Xanadu. He played the young Gene Kelly in the scene where they were dancing, and he was the guy that was playing the flute.
Okay.
And that ended up being her husband, and then they had their daughter Chloe Rose. But I love Olivia.
Yeah.
So that's my little story. So you
Didn't she have the most beautiful smile too? She really did. She was just angelic.
She was
so sweet.
Beautiful woman, and man, boy, did she fight the fight for that cancer.
Oh, she did. I feel like we definitely have to like mention some of these other people that maybe you didn't know they had a musical career, like Bruce Willis.
Oh yeah, no.
Bruce Willis had and I have
he did
his
Under the Boardwalk.
Yeah, I have his album, The Return of Bruno. If you guys can
great.
still stream it. I believe you can still stream it on all of the platforms. But Comin' Right Up is one of my favorite songs on that album. It's so good.
There's a movie where he's naked. You can see him in a pool. He's junk flying.
Oh,
I forget which one it was, but you can look it up.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I've seen Bruce Willis's ass before.
No, this is frontal.
Okay. All right. Well, you go, Bruce.
It was like, did I?
And prayers for
I
him,
think
by
I
the
saw?
way. He's
No, the poor guy.
the frontal dementia that he's got going on. Oh my
he's
gosh,
having some stuff. I feel bad. He just it makes me sad.
It's sad, and
Makes me
his
sad.
whole family. Just prayers to all of you guys if
Prayers
any of
to
you are out
everyone.
there.
It's just awful.
Um,
but I've always liked Bruce Willis. And
I
always thought
love
that he
yeah,
was a
love him.
great
That
actor.
was another one that we used to listen to with my mother. That was fun. In fact, I stole her tape.
You did?
I did. I stole her tape. But some of these other artists that I don't know that people realize did acting and singing, like obviously Jared Leto, 30 Seconds to Mars, right? Johnny Depp.
Right.
But you also have Kevin Costner. Kevin Costner and he's been doing performances and he's been getting more into his music career, I think, in this last couple of years specifically. And it's been a lot of fun to watch. If you guys go look at him on social media, go follow him on social media, you'll see a lot of the music stuff. And
I think my favorite from him is Yellowstone.
yeah, I still like Robin Hood.
Yellowstone.
But Robin Hood, like, how much he loved, like, everything about that movie was just so much fun. And then Christian Slater was in it. And when
Love
Christian
Christian
Slater saying there was a rich man from Nottingham who tried to cross the river, what a dope, he tripped on a rope, now look at him shiver. That was my favorite part of that whole movie. And I would have sang it if I felt I could sing.
I've only seen it once. I saw it in the theater. That's it.
That movie was great.
But it was a good movie.
And then LL Cool J, he's on one of those crime series like Special Victims Unit, I believe.
Yeah. Gene Simmons has been on a million things. He was on everything from Robot Chicken to Family Guy, and he was in Why Him. That the parents were upset.
I don't know that one.
Another Christmassy movie.
Okay,
Fabulous movie.
all right.
Funny, and the parents were obsessed with Kiss, and I'm not going to give it away, but they played at the end, I Was Made for Loving You, Baby. And it was great.
Oh, fun.
So,
fun.
He was in a movie with John Stamos and Vanity too.
Oh,
Which one?
John Stamos and Vanity.
What was the one with all the metal spiders? Was that Runaway?
Yeah, that was with Tom Selleck and Cynthia Rhodes.
I knew that Cynthia Rhodes was. So what was the one with John Stamos in it?
Weren't they like
Tommy.
hiding out?
My
Those two
sister's
weren't
gonna
they
be
like in
going, "I
protective
knew that,
custody?
I
Hurt
knew
him and
that."
Vanity. Weren't they like? And he did something with an apple. Remember, he like kept eating an apple. He kept grabbing an apple in that movie. He was like so sexually frustrated by Vanity, he kept grabbing an apple and eating it.
Did you like the text I sent you with that song for Woman Answers?
Oh my gosh.
She's in the shower, but it's
Can
Prince.
you please tell everybody that they need to look that up and they
Look
need
it
to
up.
watch
What
it?
was it? What was it called? It was Carrie sent it to me. Hold on.
You have to pull
Hold
it up
on.
on your text because
I
it was.
will.
You guys have to.
Hold
It's
on.
just so interesting. It was so funny and.
Never Too Young to Die.
Oh, okay, that was the other movie, Never Too Young to Die, with Cynthia Rhodes and no, not Cynthia.
With John Stamos.
Oh, with John Stamos and Vanity. Yeah. Okay.
I've never seen that one.
Yeah, there's this
Okay,
one scene that's
Missy
just.
and Tommy,
Gene
there you
Simmons
are.
plays a transvestite singer.
I mean, is that hard to imagine? Gene Simmons playing a transvestite singer? It just doesn't surprise me.
Where it's not showing up. In
Okay,
here.
well, you take the list and grab a couple, and I know where that thing is
All
that
right.
you sent me.
All right.
So I'll look
All
it
right.
up.
All right. The next one would be like Joey Lawrence. I didn't
Oh,
know
yeah.
that he had a huge music career, but I know he put out an album or two.
Yeah.
But I loved him when he was a little. The Lawrence brothers
Yes.
were all so cute.
Do you watch them? They have a podcast.
No.
And they do social media. Oh my God, you have to watch them.
No, they've always been so
They're
adorable.
so, and they do all these little like movies together. And there was one movie where
Pretty.
it was a Christmas movie, and I think I saw it maybe last year or the year before. And two of the brothers, it was Joey, and then the next, what was his brothers? Is it Matthew Lawrence?
Matthew,
Joey-
Joey, and there's another one.
Okay, so it was Matthew and Joey that were in this. Well, all three
Those
brothers were in the
two
movie,
that I
but
remember, but there was a third.
it was like a love triangle, and they were both dating this girl, and she didn't know they were brothers, and neither one had told the other, and then they kind of like figure it out, and then they're like both fighting for her throughout the movie. It's really cute. It's a cute movie. It really is.
Oh, I have to see that one.
Okay, and
Okay,
then
Will Smith is another one that's really great.
oh, that's
And he did, obviously The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and then did Men in Black.
oh, you sent it to me and Tommy. That's why.
I sent it, yeah, it was to both of you.
It was to both of us,
Carrie
so-
sent it to me because I couldn't remember the name of it, and she
Okay.
was like, it's a woman answers.
It's Vanity 6. The girl answers.
The girl
or
answers.
if a girl answers.
If a girl answers.
If a girl answers.
And the girl that answers the phone is actually Prince.
Oh,
And
it's
so you don't want to
hysterical.
miss this. It's so funny.
It's so
yeah, but
funny.
he's in the shower. Is
Yeah.
Jimmy there?
And then you guys, this song, because it's like picture two feuding, jealous of each other women because they want the same
Oh,
guy,
yeah.
and then so
Pissed
they're just,
off.
they're back and
The
forth,
banter
and
was funny.
it's just
And
it's
the
so
fact
funny.
that it was Prince doing the girl,
Like you can only imagine where this
it was
went.
good.
It was great.
good. Look it up. It
Great.
was fun. It was
It
fun.
was super fun.
Okay, next one. Oh my gosh. I could go, this is too
I
easy
know.
if I went with, well, I love Adam Sandler, but Adam Sandler was like,
Lunch
he's-
Ladyland, come on.
Well, oh my God, starting out on Saturday Night Live,
Yes.
Opera Man.
oh, Opera
Do you
Man,
remember
I
the one when
know.
he did Fergie? And he was like, Fergie, nipple, nipple, because there was pictures of her in the news with her boobs exposed. I laughed so hard, I almost peed. Because he would take it, he'd be like, and he'd be like, Opera Man, bye bye.
See, you're the one that makes this podcast
No, I
because
don't.
you are not afraid to do these like
Oh, no.
mimics of
No.
what you see. It's
No,
so fun.
Look, I
love
have
it.
no
Love
qualms
it.
about being a dork. I can't
love it.
sing. I can't dance. I look like an unfolding lawn chair, but I own all of it. And I just like to have fun, and I don't care how I look or how I sound, and if somebody doesn't like it, they can turn it off. And if you don't like it, then go away, and if you like it, then you're free to hang out.
Exactly. Hang out,
I am
have
so
fun.
tired
and-
of tiptoeing around society that I'm just like to the point, if you don't like the way I sing, I don't.
That's why she wants to do a karaoke show, and Missy
yeah.
is like, no.
Oh yeah, I'm getting her warmed up on Prosecco, hoping that she'll do it tonight, but we'll see.
Oh, girl, we'll see.
And maybe we'll do it for Woman Answers.
Hey,
We'll have Tommy do the girl part.
I could do
Yeah,
it.
but he's in the shower.
I could do a Tenacious D song or something.
You can do
because-
whatever you want.
But yeah, okay. So Adam Sandler, Jack Black, you guys, they're both phenomenal, and they have the voices that if they wanted to do an actual
They
dead
could.
serious music, they are so talented they could.
Oh yeah.
They're comedians. They are funny people.
Mm-hmm.
Jack Black, I think he's, and I'm going to say it, and everybody who knows
Oh,
me
he's
knows,
brilliant.
he is one of the sexiest men alive, in my opinion. Everything about him, he is confident. He is funny.
He's darling.
He
He's
is
talented.
sweet. He is so talented, and I think he's sexy. Yes, I think all those things are sexy. Yes, I do.
I think confidence and talent and humility are sexy.
Jack, I love you. I don't care.
I think
love you.
Keanu Reeves.
But I am not a homewrecker, so I will not go.
I
You know,
think
I know
Billy
you're married
Zabka.
happily. It's
I
fine.
think John Taylor. I have my
Yes.
list. Don't worry. It's
We all
laundry.
have a list. We should. Who's on the top of your list?
I can't tell you.
Ain't that some shit?
I'll have to think about. I'll come back with that one.
Okay.
I have.
I can tell you my top 4 right now in order.
Are they all famous?
Yes. That's the only free pass list you get. They have to be famous.
Oh.
You can't do a non-famous free pass list because it's too easy to obtain.
They're still humans.
It doesn't matter.
It does. Yes,
It's
it
in the
does.
fantasy world. It's a free pass list.
You know, that's the thing is when fans don't look at them because they're married.
No, I know.
It becomes problematic.
Yes.
It becomes crowded.
But see, I have my list knowing it's never going to happen.
They're still married.
Only one of mine is.
Okay, so go. Okay, so you get your 3 that aren't.
So I get my 3 that aren't.
Yeah.
Keanu Reeves. Oh, but you're taken. So does that not count?
Oh no, he's pretty fine.
Keanu Reeves on my list. I don't care. I'm not taking him off. Okay. Number 3 is Chad Kroger. Nickelback.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
You love Chad. You
I
want his
do.
pasta.
I do want a spaghetti.
Chad spaghetti.
You know what? He's a pretty person.
He is gorgeous. He is a beautiful man.
I don't know why I drew a
And he's
blank
so
when
nice.
you said that. Willie, stop
And then-
attacking the kitty.
I don't care what you all call me. I don't even care. I am a Disney mom, and I was a Puma
Don't
because
say
I was
Zac
2
Efron.
years. Yep, 100%. I freaking love Zac Efron. 100%. When he cries in a movie, I
Really
freaking cry.
He really cries.
When he cries in a movie, I cry. Yes. Well, I don't care. He's so
a
good.
very sensitive man.
He's such a great actor. He's so believable. Oh, even as Ted Bundy. He played Ted Bundy too. And I was
I
like,
remember.
oh,
I remember.
it made me want to love Ted Bundy.
I remember.
You know, when the first Ted Bundy movie I saw, I was in love with that actor at the time. But that scared me a little bit. He was a really good Ted Bundy, but I wasn't like, I was too young probably, but Zac Efron made me want to love Ted Bundy.
Scariest Ted Bundy was Mark Harmon.
Yes, that's the one. That's why I said it was scary. It was very real.
He was so good in that.
Yeah, he didn't make me love Ted Bundy.
It was no.
But Zach
he
did.
He was. I liked him in Dirty Grandpa.
Oh, that was one of the best. And have you seen that awkward moment? Oh.
With the bee.
No, that awkward moment. Okay, we'll have to, you guys, it was so good.
With the bee. I'm not saying he's not an attractive guy and that he doesn't take good care of himself, and I love his acting. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying that, but I just.
There's like a very short period every year where we're in the same, or not every year, but once in a while, we're in the same decade.
For a moment.
For a moment, brief
I
moment,
am
we're in the
so
same
much
decade.
older than Missy that it doesn't happen very often.
That's why you don't like him on your list. That's why he's not on your list.
Baby.
Yeah,
That's why.
well, he's not for me.
He's a baby.
He's not for me.
He's a baby for me. So
Okay. Well, you got my second, third, and fourth.
All right. So, oh, hello, Dick. He's a wallower.
Duke said, "Rub my belly."
All right. Yeah, he loved his belly rubbed. He's a good
Just
boy.
a boy.
All right. So I'm gonna go with Marilyn Monroe for old school.
Yeah, all the iconic stars.
That woman, A Gentleman for Blondes, How to Marry a Millionaire, the 7-Year Itch,
Yep.
Bus Stop. I was raised on a lot of Marilyn Monroe movies, and I just found her beautiful and sweet and talented, and
Her story makes me sad.
I was going to say it broke my heart.
The whole Joe DiMaggio having to claim her body because it sat unclaimed after
The
she
whole
passed
thing
away.
was
That was just
awful. The whole thing
so
was just
awful.
awful.
So sad.
But for having that, and then another one that I watch I make Thanksgiving to it every year. Actually, it's 2 movies. It was Doris Day, and her son was Terry. Help me out, Tommy. Doris Day's son, the one that Charles Manson was
See,
going
she didn't
after.
go to me. She knew I wouldn't.
Yep, Terry. Anyway, they were going after him because he was a music producer. Carrie would kill me right now. Terry
Yeah.
Melcher. Then they were going after him because he wouldn't sign Charles Manson, and they were going to kill him.
yeah, yeah,
And then the family went and actually murdered Tommy.
Yeah, the gal.
Yes, the beautiful
Yeah, Sharon Tate.
What is? I apologize.
No,
Santa
because
Claus
that's-
is
it's-
freaking real, and
you
I
know what?
apologize.
But-
I just don't know what happens to me, and
It
my
happens
sister's so
to a lot
disappointed.
of people. When you're talking about it outside of the cameras, it's one thing, and then you get
And then
in
you
front
get
of the
behind
cameras,
camera and you're just like, oh
and
my gosh.
all of a sudden you're
brain
like a
fart.
deer in the headlights, or like you're back in high school taking that math quiz that
Yeah.
you swore you studied for,
Yeah.
but your mind just went blank on.
Oh
it.
yeah, it's the naked actor's dream. It's
Yeah.
horrible. In any case, Doris Day I watch By the Light of the Silvery Moon and on Moonlight Bay all morning when I make Thanksgiving dinner every year.
Nice.
And it's a habit, or a tradition, I should say, that I got into from
Yeah.
my mom. And
That's sweet.
And that's like a memory that I hold in my heart, and my kids all love it. And we watch. By the time everybody wanders out, the food's already cooking, and the smell
Yeah,
wakes them
yeah.
up. And then I'm usually by the end of the second movie, but it keeps me company in the morning while I'm cooking. So
That's
it makes
awesome.
me happy because
I love
we
that.
have a family of night owls. So
You do have a family of night owls, and
vampires.
I enjoy when I get to be here for some of those nights. It's fun.
It's fun.
It's
Yes,
fun.
it is fun.
You have the best girls. They're so much fun. And then the last time we were here late, we were playing the song quiz.
It's song quiz on
Alexa.
is it Apple TV or
Yeah.
whatever.
Oh, she popped up. We were talking about this on one of the videos or something, and my Alexa heard it, and she started playing song quiz. And
How
I was
fun is
like,
song quiz? Play song quiz.
Yes.
It is so much fun.
and some of them are mean because they just give you like this, like the instrumental part of a song, and
Oh, it's
you're like,
awful.
you can't, you don't
can't
get any
get it,
lyrics,
even
you
though
don't
you
get any
know the
voices, and you're
song,
like, oh,
it
I know
doesn't
that.
sound
Why
like
do I
the
know that?
song.
Yeah, yeah, and
It's awful.
and
then it makes you
I-
feel like you're stupid.
I am just not nearly as good. You and your daughter and Tommy were kicking my butt all over the place.
Which
I
daughter?
couldn't. Ariana.
Was it 2000s or was she doing good in the
No,
80s?
she was actually doing 80s, and she was 2000s too. Yeah, I
Well,
couldn't.
they were
do it.
raised on 80s music,
Yeah.
but they're really good with the 2000s.
Yeah,
but
and I'm not.
horrible.
I'm not.
I'm horrible with that.
So as far as the iconic stars go that did music in movies,
Yeah.
I have to say, I mean, there's so many amazing women out there, but one of my absolute favorite people, she is one of my heroes. I looked up to her growing up. I based my life on her, like a lot of the things that I get myself into, I think like she does to get out of them. And I'm going to credit her with all of those fun, exciting adventures that I've ever had in my life, because Lucille Ball, she, as Lucy, just was fantastic, entertaining, and taught me so much
She was
about
adorable.
how to be a good, fun, adventurous human being, no matter how many mishaps you have in life. Smile and laugh. And when you're a kid and people are like trying to say, what do you want to do when you grow up? What do you want? What is the meaning of life? What is life for you? What is your purpose? I finally had figured out that my center, my purpose, was to just make other people laugh and teach them at the same time.
Yeah.
Through my medical journey, through my divorce, through my custody battle, through car accidents, through all of these things that I have
You don't laugh, you'll cry.
experienced.
You have to laugh.
Like, if you don't turn it into a funny story as you retell it to your friends, one, they're just going to either pity you or tune it out.
You don't want either. You don't
And
want somebody
you don't
to tune
want
you
that.
out or pity you.
And
You
when
want somebody to listen and laugh with
right,
you.
and when you make them laugh and they're imagining you do these crazy things, it makes you feel so much better about the experience you just had to go through.
Or you like go to South Park later and you make everyone a star, but you do it in a cartoon.
Yes, you do,
Turn
and
it into comedy, but it's reality.
Exactly, and if you can't get through it yourself in this way.
Right.
And you can put it out there in a fun way, like
Right.
a cartoon or in a story,
Oh,
in
yeah.
a book, and give the characters different names or whatever.
Oh yeah,
but
that's
get
why they
your,
write Jane Doe, John Doe, Jane Doe.
Right.
They can't sue anybody. I'm going to make a few people
Exactly.
famous.
Exactly,
in my
100%.
So they know who they are.
Hey, there's one in my past that definitely needs
it's got to go way back.
needs a
but
spot in one of these.
It's going to be an interesting
one of these
South Park
cartoon
episode.
shows. Yes.
Anyway, but it's funny.
But
It's
it's
funny.
also very therapeutic to plot those things in a
Like I
cartoon
said,
form.
I'd be digging,
and
but I got some stories
Yeah.
from my youth that are
Yeah.
South Park worthy.
Oh,
So,
for
yeah,
sure.
they're going in.
For sure, we
They're
all do.
going in. But no, I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
And
I mean, and you can design the character so that it looks like the person you're really portraying, but totally give them a different name.
oh yeah, you can do that.
And you don't have to admit anything.
You can do that. I've got some
Yeah.
stories from my youth that would make your toes curl, but you know, and some of those people are already dead.
Hell, I've got
anyway,
my
so
stories
it's not
from
like I
my
can get
adulthood.
sued. It's not like I can get sued by dead people, so I'd be all right. But
That's, again,
but,
true.
You know,
That is
that
true.
would be fascinating anyway. So sorry, I need some water.
No, it's fine, but those things, those entertaining things, I don't think a lot of people realize, though, that when they're putting those stories out, they're putting those, you know, vulnerable moments of their
Right.
life out there, and they're doing it in a way that's comedic or whatever, they have no idea how many people that is really helping on the other side, because there are some people who are so stuck in the experience that they're in,
Yeah.
and they don't feel like they see the light at the end of the tunnel. They don't feel like there's a way out. So when they can hear a story in South Park form
relate.
that relates to theirs, they can laugh at it and know that they're not
There
alone,
have been
you
actually
know?
many episodes of South Park where I was like, whoa,
Yeah,
like they got that from somewhere, but
Yeah.
they made it funny.
yeah.
And I was like, oh.
So that's why Lucy,
Absolutely.
Lucille Ball is
Well,
always gonna be my top pick,
And
always.
one of my, and I call her my, well, she's my sister from
Mm-hmm.
another mister, one of my best friends, she's my sissy, she's my Dawn.
Mm-hmm.
She loves, she's from Big Bear, known
Okay.
her since we were knee high
Yeah.
to grasshopper, and loves Lucille Ball.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever I think of her, I just think of Dawn, love
Yeah.
you, Dawn. And actually the night that I gave birth to my oldest daughter, after I got my epidural, I fell asleep to I Love Lucy and woke up to I Love Lucy and just wanted to keep sleeping, and they woke me up to deliver. But I just wanted to like hang out and watch I Love Lucy. I was like, can you come back
You know-
tomorrow? And I loved it. Just soothed me.
Yeah.
It soothed me because I
It
grew
does.
up on I Love Lucy, hearing the intro
Yeah.
and the whole thing, and it does something to you. Like,
Well, and you know, every episode there are so many funny moments. And for me, I know we were going to talk about this on another episode. We were both going to tackle some of the medical things that we've both been through.
there's been some stuff.
There's been some stuff for sure.
There's been some stuff.
And those that know us quite well know what those are. But quickly, a little over a year ago, I had a big major surgery that I didn't
Major
even know
surgery.
was possible. And to this
Maybe-
day, people ask me, "You can live without that organ?"
And,
Yeah,
you know,
you
I
can.
was stunned when I found out that you can live
Yeah,
without that
but
organ.
for-
You're a walking miracle as far as I'm concerned, and I'm just grateful you're here.
Well, thank you. I did get good news from my surgeon actually a couple days ago.
Yes,
so,
you did.
but
Yes, you
we're going to
did.
talk about that in a whole other episode. But what I wanted to say about that was, so I have the entire I Love Lucy show series on DVD. And then we also had this demand channel that was 24 hours of I Love Lucy. So during my recovery, which was no joke, you guys, it was
Oh,
a
no,
very
that was
difficult recovery. 24/7, Lucy was on my television because it was shit. It was one of the only things that kept my mind
I'm busy.
busy and in a happy place, because it was so difficult. It was Lucy and Matt Rife, because when I'd wake up 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning and everybody's asleep and I am in,
You're alone with your thoughts.
I'm in so much pain and I can't move and I'd put on Matt Rife and I would laugh, and it wouldn't take away the pain, but it would ease it enough to where I could eventually relax and try to fall back asleep again. And I'm so sorry for crying, you guys.
No.
This has been
This
such
girl
a
has been-
crazy,
she's had
crazy
such a
journey, but
journey.
yours too. And we both went through it so close together.
We did.
It was-
We did.
it was
but yours
insane.
mine was nothing compared
Oh,
to
yours was not nothing.
Mine was nothing.
Yours
compared
was
to
not nothing, not at all. But we will talk about that another episode, you guys, because we
Yeah.
really want to do
But
something that's informative.
I am so proud of
Oh,
you.
well, thank you.
And I love you.
I love you too.
And I'm glad you're here.
And I'm ruining my makeup.
She's
Okay.
beautiful without it.
We need to wrap this
We
up
do.
though.
Let's wrap it up. All
All
right.
right.
So,
Tell me one more favorite.
All right, I'm gonna go with and you know some people might go, oh my gosh, but Miley Cyrus because
I love Miley.
I have a little story about that.
Okay.
My oldest daughter, Katie, was a huge Hannah Montana fan. It was back. We lived in Arizona.
Yeah.
You know, first marriage, whole thing. And I used to listen. It still makes me cry when I hear the intro because I think about the
Yeah.
girls dancing around in front of the television
Yep.
to, you know,
And they
Hannah
still
Montana.
do it.
They do.
I was here last week and they were
And then,
doing
and then
it.
I make fun of them, but they listen to the Jonas Boners too. So I would
The
always
Jonas
laugh.
Boners. Excuse me. I just went to a Jonas Brothers concert.
I called them the Jonas Brothers. And one of the funniest things, and I'm going to hell for this, but I have a side story. So there was an award show with that song where he said he was walking on broken glass, SOS or whatever.
Yeah.
And he walks out, and it was awful, and I'm going to hell. And Joe Jonas goes walking out and walks through this plate glass window, and he's wearing a white suit. And I have to say, he was so professional. He fell on broken glass, but he was bleeding through this white suit, and he was singing, "It's Like I'm Walking on Broken Glass," while he's like dancing around with glass in him, which sucks. But there was something so funny about that to me that I laughed the entire thing because the guy fell through. And it was just,
That was in Arizona?
No, I watched that in Arizona. No, in
Oh.
Arizona, the girls loved watching Hannah Montana.
Okay.
And Katie had the whole Malibu dream
Yeah.
house thing that she had. It was like the dollhouse.
Yeah.
And we had every Hannah Montana thing known to man.
Yes.
Roller skates, clothing, memorabilia.
Oh, the
hair
DVDs.
clips. We had it all. And the little ones were following in suit with their big
Yeah.
sister. And my ex-husband was like going out of his mind because he hated all that stuff. He wouldn't let him listen to Justin Bieber. He was just like, he barely tolerated Miley Cyrus. So it was, but the sweetest thing happened. So we would watch the show and stuff, and Katie
I'm
was-
pulling something up just to show you afterward.
Katie was very into the show and into all the Hannah Montana stuff, and they had a lottery for 5,000 people to go to Disneyland for her 16th birthday.
Yes.
And my ex-husband went online, and he was like the fastest guy on eBay. Like he would wait until like the last 2 seconds and then swoop in and steal like somebody's bid or whatever. Like he would outbid them at the
Yeah.
last minute to get what he wanted. Well, I don't know how he did it, but he got 2 tickets. So I drove her from Gilbert, Arizona to Disneyland, and Katie and I had a magical night going to Miley's 16th birthday party at Disneyland and met celebrities and had a wonderful night riding the rides, and it was just a really special memory for me.
Yeah.
Even though like she ended up riding like big fake phalluses on stage and dry humping teddy bears and weird stuff like that. That Miley that I remembered
Yeah.
was a different person
Oh, yeah,
than the
me
one that
too.
became grotesque.
Yeah.
So my memories are kind of compartmentalized to that time
Oh,
with
okay.
that, and it means something. And then my dad died right after that,
Oh.
and Caitlin learned how to play her little Miley Cyrus guitar and sang "I Miss You" at his funeral on her little
Oh,
guitar.
man.
And it broke my heart. She was
Oh.
learning how to play "I Miss You," "Miss Your Smile," but I still shed a tear every once in a while. It's gonna make me cry now because I miss my dad.
Oh, that's so sweet. That's okay. So, did you get to take her to the Best of Both Worlds tour?
No, I didn't take her to the concert. I just took her
Okay.
to Disneyland. And 'cause
Okay.
we had a lot of different weird things going on.
Yeah,
It's
you did.
kind of like the story of
You
my
did.
life. There's always weird stuff going on.
Right,
Stuff to navigate through. But no, I did not.
Okay, so, you guys, when concerts go on sale and tickets are like outrageous and you don't think you can go, you wait till the week of the show. You sometimes wait till the night before because they always release more tickets.
They do.
So these people were spending $5,000 for nosebleed seats, right? 2 days before her Best of Both Worlds tour, 4 tickets came up next to each other on side stage, and it wasn't even like the toppest,
wasn't
level.
tippy top?
No, and I paid like $40 a ticket
Wow.
for that,
So there's
and I
like a
got 4
method
tickets.
to this
Right? No,
madness.
there is. Like when you're a concert person, you guys gotta talk to somebody who goes all the time, but always, always, always go ahead and get your seat that you can get that's available just to guarantee that you get to go to the show.
Yeah.
But constantly check back in, especially if the artist is performing more than one night.
Right.
Go that first night because they have the stage set up, right?
Right.
So they know how many extra seats they can have. So then they're going to release those seats for the next night's show.
See, I don't
got
even know
front
this
row in
stuff.
front of the stage at
Shut
Bon
up.
Jovi in Philadelphia because he was playing back-to-back shows.
I don't know what was wrong with me, but I need to follow your lead on.
Oh my
going
gosh,
to
I'll help you.
concerts.
I score tickets. Like you don't even know.
Oh my God.
It's
'Cause
a
I've had a few
method.
connections over the years,
Yeah.
and we never got tickets like that.
Well, okay, and
They always go, oh, your friends or your,
Yeah.
you're this or that, and then they throw you in the middle of the arena.
right, exactly. Well,
Or further.
and let me tell you,
Which is fine. I mean, it's a free ticket.
and
it's a
please
free
don't be
ticket.
offended,
I'm
but-
just there for the music, so. It's
right, exactly. I say this all the time. It's an affectionate term, so don't be offended, but I am a front row whore. I don't want to go to a concert unless I'm in the front or I'm watching from side stage or right, backstage or something,
She's spoiled,
Once
rotten.
well, I am. Sometimes,
She knows so many people.
but
that's
sometimes
why.
those artists, just pay attention because they'll sell VIP packages. And Nickelback did, it was like $850. I got to go backstage, I got to talk to them, I got to have my pictures taken, and then I was side stage. I have a picture of like Chad right here, like right above me. He like jumped over my head.
I bought tickets for an idiot ex-boyfriend for $800 a piece for George Strait, which I don't regret. I became a fan that night with
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
him and Martina McBride, but I wanted
Yeah.
to get him tickets.
Oh, Martina, I met her at Walmart.
I never met her, but what
she's
a
so
beautiful
sweet.
woman. Oh my
She's
gosh,
sweet.
I became such a huge fan. And so it was $1,600 for 2 tickets. Didn't get to meet George. Wait a second.
I know, this is
Let me
me.
get my glasses.
This is me at my Jonas Brothers concert with my girls. Look at how little they were.
Darling.
I was in love.
You're
that was
a
like
baby too.
That was like my second Jonas Brothers thing. Yeah,
You went to
but-
the Jonas Bonus?
Yeah, they were. They were so little. I am never calling them that, by the way.
That's all I've ever called them. I can't call them anything else.
Here,
And there's
I'll-
no offense meant by that. It's just
I'll
what I've
show
always
you guys,
called them.
but
They're the
if we
Jonas
can post the
Boners.
picture, we will. We'll post
Yes.
it somewhere, I'm sure.
They're the Jonas Boners.
But yeah. So it was
makes
just
it
fun.
fun.
It was fun. I know, but as
No, I like their music though. I like the year 3000. I know all the songs because
Yeah.
the kids listen to them in the
Right.
car incessantly.
Well, and their music as they've grown. That's what's fun about being starting out as a Disney mom, right? Because you got to watch Miley grow up, and you got to watch, Nick, Joe, and Kevin grow
Yeah,
up.
but Miley was a little heart crushing because she went from this girl next door to
Yes, but
something very different.
But I will say, one of the things that I truly admired about Miley was how much she gave to
The blow-up
troubled
dolls
youth.
on stage?
No, like troubled youth. How much she did for young girls in need. And
Well,
and
that
and
in seriousness.
I, as a mom, when you see other parents who have kids
yeah.
and they're not doing what they should do, and these poor children
Or suffering.
are suffering, and then they end up doing, Miley has a soft spot
Right.
for humanity. And
seen
we
that.
may not agree with everything, but in
I
those
just,
moments,
if I would have taken my daughter to one of
love-
those concerts without being forewarned first.
Yeah.
And it was so over sexualized.
Yeah, no, I
I
did the
I would have
Miley.
lost my.
Yeah, no, I did the Hannah Montana Miley Cyrus Best of Both Worlds tour, and that was it.
Oh, see, I wish.
So I took
have
them to
that
that.
on DVD that the
Yeah.
kids have watched.
Yeah.
It's
So
adorable.
That's
you
what I
know.
went to. That's what I
But
took
when
them
she
to.
transformed into the wrecking ball stage where she cut
Mm-hmm.
off her hair and went out wearing nothing and had blow
Well-
up, phalluses on the stage, I was like, oh, hell no.
Right, and I get that, and
Not
every
for my 12-year-old.
right, and
so.
every artist, and that's the one thing with being a Disney kid too, right? Because you're on this wholesome family TV programming,
Yeah.
and now you want to grow up and do
And
things
be an
different, and you're
adult.
exploring, and you're doing, and then you're facing so much
but
criticism.
even that though, like most musicians don't go out and do that kind
Oh,
of
I get
weird
it.
stuff.
I get it. But what I'm saying is I can't imagine trying to break away from this image over here when
Right.
I want to do this over here. I can't imagine what that would do to me mentally.
Right.
I can't imagine what that would do to anybody. So, you
Right.
know what? There's moments where I've turned my head, there's moments where I've cringed,
Right.
and there's moments where I've celebrated and applauded. And I just got to say, I'm going to wish everybody well, but I love my Jonas Brothers. That's never going to change. ever in a million years.
I feel the same way.
Yeah.
I just, the walking on broken glass.
Yeah,
I know it makes me sound so evil.
I
but
can't believe he like continued on
You
like
can look
that.
it up on YouTube. When Joe Jonas falls through a plate glass window, walking out singing SOS, look it up.
Oh
and he
my
was saying, I'm
gosh.
walking on broken glass, and he's bleeding.
And he's
through his
bleeding.
knees.
Poor
it was,
Joe.
It was horrible, but it was
And isn't it crazy?
How
They're
I-
all dads now.
little ironic. Oh my gosh.
They are all dads
Did
now.
you see the one with the weird brother Kevin and his sweet wife and their kids? That show was just uncomfortable.
Yeah, it was a reality show, and it was
Yeah.
like I Married a Jonas or
Yeah,
something
and
like that. I
the
forget.
wife was adorable, but the husband was
Yeah.
kind of a. That was the brother that made me kind of raise an eyebrow and go.
Yeah. Well, he did things so much earlier than his other two brothers too, and he was
Because he was old.
yeah, he was older.
We're
But
out of time, Tommy?
yeah, we're out of time. I gotta wrap it up. I'm sorry, you
All right.
guys.
All right, yeah, we babble. Anyway,
Just stick around for the next episode
yeah, stick around and we'll be back soon.
with
And,
filthy song lyrics. You guys don't want to miss it.
oh, God, you might want to miss it.
You might.
I apologize in advance.
See you next
Thanks
time.
for watching. Bye.